Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
This is my final MAFS-related interview.
What sort of villain gets that?
It's Australia's reaction.
It's an
This
exclusive.
is an exclusive. That's hitting the cutting room floor, bro.
Caused a lot of drama and it never got aired.
It just went nuts.
What's good, Selina?
What is up?
What's up, everybody listening? Man, oh man, we're back again.
Got lots to debrief on, especially with all the recent MAFS drama.
Come on, it's a lot.
It's
Piping
a lot.
hot, don't stop.
But this week, I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here has launched.
Come on.
And my God, they've got a really good crew this year.
Really good crew, man. They got Callum from Love Island, man. They're just eating him up. Reality TV really
They
love him.
just love him, don't
That's
they?
what's up.
And Sky.
Yeah, Sky
from Big
Whitley.
Brother. Yep.
Man, come on now.
I know.
Man, but like she was on Big Brother, what, like 10 years ago?
10 years ago. Crazy.
Come on now.
I love her though. She's so funny.
She's pretty cool, man. She's real cool. And I think like for me, especially Callum, I was just like, I actually wasn't really that surprised when I saw him on.
Really?
Nah, I wasn't really that surprised because like when they got him on for Love Island Games,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, like he's just, first of all, he's a character.
He is.
And second of all, he's just very carefree, man. He doesn't care about too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think, we were just talking just before and we were like, does he just make like all these little stupid remarks and jokes, like on purpose? Like, is that his character?
know.
I kind of feel like that's his default.
Do you reckon?
I feel like that, man. How long can you play
Well,
stupid
I
for?
felt like post-show, I felt like I had to give a talking to Elle about that. I'm like, you're not Mr. Shuey anymore. You're a grown-ass man. You stop being that character. That was you once upon a time, but you're not that anymore.
Uh-huh.
Whereas Callum, I don't know if that's just him
I feel like that is.
or if he is a little bit, what's the word?
I don't even know how to, it's just Callum. Callum is just the word, I reckon. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I feel like they're definitely one of those people, like he's just one of those people that are just ditzy all the time. That's the default setting. You know what I mean? But apart from that, he does make really, really good TV.
He's
so,
good TV.
Yeah, if I was a producer, I'll cast him. If I was a producer as well, I'll probably be casting someone from MAFS. I don't know why they don't do that.
No, well, they had Dom last year.
That's
We all
what's
know
up.
how that went down.
Anyway, did you get any email? Nothing? You didn't check your Gmail?
Nah, not yet.
Nah? Your
Not
Hotmail?
yet. Not this time. Maybe next year.
We were just talking about any shows like like that we'd love to do together. I'm actually manifesting and just putting that out there.
Yes.
Amazing Race for both me and you would be great.
That will be amazing.
Come on.
Guys, come on. Got to help
Manifest
us
for us.
manifest this.
Honestly.
Make it happen.
Now let me tell you something. If we ever had the chance to go on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't doing no snakes. I ain't doing no fucking snakes or no eating no cow's eye, bull's eye, or whatever that is.
Really?
Nah. Okay, you know what though? That's probably like the furthest I'll go.
Okay.
Eating stuff is, what I'm saying? It's alright. I've eaten a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
But I ain't putting no hand in the snake
I
pit.
feel like I'll do it.
What's
That's
something?
why we'll be a good team.
You think so?
Like, I don't fear snakes and spiders and stuff and scorpions. Like, I'll be able to have them on me. I'll eat them if I have to.
You eat them if you have to.
If I have to.
God damn.
Yeah. But heights are my only thing that I'm like a bitch with.
Is that a word for that? Aerophobic? Is that right?
Is that a thing?
Acrophobic?
I don't know.
Anyway,
But
whatever it is, I don't think
that's
that's the
me.
thing.
So you can do the height ones. Are you good with height?
Yeah, I'm not okay, but I will take one for the team. If you take the snakes, I'll take the heights.
Okay, fine. Deal.
Listen, we're recording on Gadigal Land, man. So we're going to have a great episode. We're doing this one solo, and I can't wait. We're going to be talking about MAFS. And yeah, man, it's getting to the end, so let's get
go.
to it. I don't even know where to even begin, because we've been talking about MAFS for this long, and we have just been so invested in all these couples, and now we've got 5 couples remaining.
We have 5 couples remaining.
That's crazy, right?
But there is one thing that I want to address
What?
before we move forward.
Should I strap myself? Okay.
We all have to strap ourselves in. So we've been doing this podcast for a year and a half now. We've had amazing guests, such as, we've had Elle from MAFS. We've had Captain Chambers.
Come on.
Well, Jason Chambers from Below Deck Down Under. Anne Middleton. Harry
of guests.
Jowsey. We've had some pretty big A-listers and, fan favourites. But we've also had villains such as Carolina from MAFS, Olivia Fraser.
Yeah.
I can't even call them villains because I know them. You know what I mean? It was weird saying that. And we've had guests recently from the recent MAFS cast like Ash. We've had Ben and we've had Collins. And there's a lot of comments saying, why give this person airtime? And, you know, don't want to see this flop on our screen anymore. And it kills me because it's like saying we only want to hear from the popular kids in school and not the other side. And the whole point of Back to Reality is giving the mic to everyone so we can hear everyone's side, everyone's perspectives and stories, and then you can be the judge from that. But don't take someone's edit from a TV show and run with that and be like, oh, they're this amazing person because, you know, from what we saw. Like, don't you want to hear the other side as well?
Absolutely.
And then make your opinion?
You're right. You're
Do
right.
you know what I mean?
Most definitely. You know, and I think you know, that's a valid point, you know, even given, you know, like the comments that were on Ben's, you know, videos like that we're posting up, you know, like don't give him any more time than he's already had.
Yeah.
He's just, you know, bottom of the barrel, etc. But you know, everybody's got a story to tell.
Exactly.
Imagine if somebody just said that about you and they don't know the whole of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, man, I really don't like people that do that because I feel like it just eliminates the whole element of reality. You know what I'm saying? And reality TV, you know what I'm saying? Like, you only just see snippets, you know, of what they want you to see, you know?
Exactly.
So this is why Back to Reality is what it is, you know? It's a voice for those people that have been on the show and, you know, and we're not going to stop doing that, you know what I mean? Because this is what we do, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, we've been in those shoes as well.
Yeah.
And I would absolutely love, you know, to have been received the way that we are receiving these people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, just
You
with
know.
an open mind. And when you want to hear another perspective and what, you know, just the other side of
Absolutely,
what happened.
man. My mind is always just kind of running about because it's like when we had Olivia, for example, you know, people didn't like Olivia. You know what I mean? Like, and I know people that actually came out to me and said, you know what? Having her on was nice because, you know, I kind of got to see, you know, the raw version of her. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
real version of her.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't take away from how they saw her on the show.
Yep.
But it's nice to kind of hear that, you know, like she talks nicely about other people and she's
Yeah.
this and that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
yeah, man, like this is why we do Back to Reality.
Exactly.
You know, and please, man, them comments, man, that they just be living on the, you know, on these little shorts, guys. Come on now.
I know. Like, you can't believe the MAFS edit or any TV reality edit, really.
I believe
You know,
that. Most
like,
definitely.
We're all a bit crazy. That's why we got casted on these reality
man.
TV
That's
shows,
true.
right? And most of the main characters are huge personalities. And the best way that I can explain it is in school or in an office work environment, there's always that person that's so loud, obnoxious, and really out there. You could probably hang out with them. You can probably go out with them and have drinks, but working with them is a pain because you're like, I can't deal with this.
Absolutely,
You're too
man.
much.
Yeah.
But they're the types of people that make great TV.
They make great TV. That's
know
very
what I
true. That's a
mean?
very good point. Very, very good point. And hey, man, look, listen, what they're going through on TV is probably not as bad as what you're doing, you know, behind closed doors. You know what I mean? Imagine if we put a camera on there, you know, like on their life.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway.
Exactly.
Nah, but that was very, very good for you to mention that. You know what I mean? It's a very
so,
important point.
Yeah. Just
you
listen
know.
with an open heart and mind. And we want to hear from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally like giving the mic to the quiet achiever,
Mm-hmm.
the one that doesn't really get much of a say or didn't get much airtime, and they just kind of get a little bit of a wonky edit,
Absolutely.
you know?
Yeah. So, hey guys, that's what it is, man. Welcome to Back to Reality. Speaking of which, man, listen, this season of MAFS is very interesting to me, man. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah.
to you. It's very, like, there have been some people that have been saying as one of the most boring ones, etc. But I'm actually quite invested.
Yeah.
I'm very, very invested. So we got 5 couples now, you know, that are left that are going to the final vows. Tori and Jack, Eden, Jaden, Jade and Rich, Tim and Sarah. And Jono
And Lauren.
and Lauren. So they're going to the
Just.
final vows.
Yeah.
Come on now, just, you know, they just barely, well, we don't even know if they're going to make it
I
yet.
know.
Let's
Well, they
start with
obviously
them.
make it there because Lauren's dress looked stunning.
Come on now. Come on now.
Honestly, her body is just incredible.
She looks
And I
great.
feel like this MAFS season is like the era of great brows.
Wow.
Everyone has amazing eyebrows.
Come on now,
I have to
yourself
check
included.
my own eyebrow game after
Yourself
watching
included,
this
girl.
season.
Let's actually start with them, man. Let's start on Jono and
Yes.
the Lost situation.
Very interesting dynamic.
I know, man. I know. You know, like, this is the thing. So, like, when they first walked in, you know, I felt like it was one of those mismatches, that we always talk about. You're going to get the typical loud one and the quieter person. And it's very hard for those people to mix, Like, I think to have an extroverted person, you need someone that's almost like an introverted extrovert. Not introvert, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like Jono is giving me introvert. You know what I mean? And Lauren's just kind of trying to get him out of that shell. And it's taking some time for us to actually see their relationship develop. But up until 2 days ago, like they was looking really good.
I know. Well, she went away and had surgery, so we did miss her for that week. And then, Jono flew over to her hometown after the surgery and everything seemed back to normal. They were intimate again and we were like, yay, they're back on track.
Then boom.
Tori drops a bombshell that she heard from Jack, allegedly, that Jono has been messaging Elle.
Man, that's...
So Elle was matched with Ben and they left ages ago now.
I could tell. Look, let's just take away reality TV, right? In normal day-to-day, there has always been that girl or that guy that you've been told not to worry about, and in the end, it comes. But you kind of have hints that it might be something going on with that person. This is the classic example of that happening, because when Elle came in, they even showed a snippet of her coming in on her own.
Yeah.
And Jono was like, it's just like his facial expression every time she was in the room, like he was just more invested in her.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
He stood up for her more than he stood up for Lauren.
That's what I saw.
Remember in that dinner party?
Yep.
And that's a natural thing that I've learned. Like, if a guy really likes you, he's naturally protective of you.
Yeah.
And
That's
we
true.
saw that, or I saw that straight away with Jono and Elle.
That's true, man. And it's just like, honestly, like for her to be able to find out that way, Tori said it in a way where she's like, I've been copping some heat. About time somebody else gets the fucking spotlight.
Yeah.
So when she said that, I was like, okay, fine. How is Lauren going to take this? Because they were in a very good place, right? So, from then, like Jono he just doesn't know how to act in awkward situations like that. He just frantically lies and, he remembers the truth and is like, fuck, maybe let me just save my ass right now before things get blown out of proportion. Because it was, a couple of times that happened.
Yeah. But do you think, going back to the other dinner party where Jack said, muzzle your woman, he didn't stand up for Lauren as much because he knew that Jack had that on him? Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God. I'm actually like gobsmacked because that's only just occurred to me. That because old mate had leverage.
And I'm just only thinking because when we had Ben on our episode, he said if anyone was a vault with secrets, it would be Jack.
Wow. Man.
So Jack is, when you really think about it, all about the bro code because he kept that secret for Jono.
Yeah.
But obviously confided in his wife and told Tori. And Tori was the one that was like, you know what, Lauren, you were my friend. You didn't have my back, so I'm going to have this one up on you.
That's crazy.
Because y'all been judging my relationship.
Yeah, man.
With Jack and shit, with my Timu bracelet.
Oh, yeah, man, with my Timu bracelet. Man, fuck all that shit, man. He's just moving weird. But you know what, though? Like, that's actually a very, very good point because like on the commitment ceremony, like that was weird. Very, very weird, man. Like when he was like, "Oh, I'm very sorry. I started shit last night. And I hope it didn't, ruin your birthday or some weird shit like that." Man was backtracking like it was like, I actually thought there was something wrong with him. Everyone was like,
we were like,
what's happening? But now that makes sense.
That's what I think.
Oh my God. Talking about Tori and Jack, it's a whole lot of crazy shit going on with them, man, right now.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel like now Tori's kind of taking this stance of nobody's supporting me. And she made a very bold comment and said that, on the outside after this experiment, I ain't hanging out with none of y'all.
Yeah. But I mean, even looking at all the articles and all the pap shots, it kind of looks like all the girls are kind of hanging out. They've all kind of formed their own little besties. Like I've seen Lauren and Sarah catch up a lot and do a lot of one-on-one coffee dates and dinner dates and stuff. And I don't see anyone hanging out with Tori. So I can feel from her side how isolating that must be to be in the experiment and none of the girls reaching out and being like, hey, you okay? Do you want to come out for a coffee or a drink? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that though. But it's like, this is the thing. I think, Everybody has got a capacity.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think in that situation as well too, like it's like she had probably reached her capacity and she's like, you know what, nothing positive has ever come out from my friends about my relationship.
Yeah.
And to be honest though, I would probably be like Lauren as well too. If it was one of my boys, I'll be telling him,
Oh, for
your
sure.
girl's trifling, this is what's going on, open your motherfucking eyes, open your motherfucking eyes.
Yeah. I mean, we've spoken about this a lot. Like, I've always been that friend that will tell you point blank, like, how it is.
Absolutely.
And I've lost a lot of friends because I've been honest in that way.
Yeah.
You know, so I can see where Lauren's coming from.
Yeah, man. And it's just one of those things where, you know, like, I don't ever want to be one of those people that tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear.
Yes, exactly.
Because, you know, like me telling you that nice thing, you know, like, you know, that, false, like, I don't ever want to give you a false sense of hope, you know.
Yeah.
Because
it's just not beneficial.
Absolutely, man. And, you know, like, if anything, we're just wasting time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we can just leave this dude and just move on. Let's do the healing. We're going to find somebody else, man, that's going to treat us right and treat other people right as well, too.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I always look at how my girl is around my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even with strangers, like the wait
Even with
staff,
strangers.
right?
That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
That's very true. And you know what I mean? Like, it's like, then you can kind of start to make an assessment of the kind of person that you have.
Exactly.
You know.
Their character.
So, man, Tori and Jack is a very interesting one. And, you know, I think, another funny thing as well, too, that came out of it was, you know, did they just lie about them having sex so people just don't talk about it?
Yeah, I don't know. I would hate to think that. But there was like huge, you know, I don't know, like everyone was making such a big deal about it.
And like, I guess, even if it did happen, right? If it did happen, cool. But I would just hate like that people be talking about my shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, so I can kind of understand that, like, you know, like the first time would have just been like, you know, let's just get it over and done with. So people just get off our back because it's just like, everyone's like, you guys haven't been intimate. So, you know.
But it would have been weird to get right up until final vows to not have sex. So maybe they were just like, we might as well. I just can't comprehend, as someone who's been on the experiment myself, like I did not have a job. I couldn't, you know, see my friends and family. Like you have 24 hours a day, 3 months to spend to connect with your person.
Yes.
And to not have intimacy is weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we've seen them go right to the end to now only have sex. I find that weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I can totally understand, you know, the amount of people that are saying that a little bit of it is staged. You know what I mean? Because even last night, you remember last night, like when I think like something happened in like, it was when they were talking about them questions, right? Like when they were asking the other person them, you know, questions that came in the black box, and they just finished their turn. And then I think Tori said something like, kiss me. She said, kiss me. But she said something else after that, you know, or fake it or something. I don't remember. But just even her saying that, like, it's almost like, you know, we know that we probably aren't where we need to be, but let's just make it look like we are so
Let's
that the
just
heat
roll
gets
with
off
it.
us. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's so weird. And the ad for final vows, it made it look like Jack was going to dump Tori. I don't know if you saw that, but I was like, oh my God, imagine.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to just say that right now. I wouldn't be surprised that happened. But then again, there's the pap shots as well, too, of them
my
being out about.
God. Do you think they... Yeah, so we saw these pap shots of Tori and Jack at the beach. And there was one weird one where Tori was laying on her stomach and Jack was like on top of her.
Oh, my God.
Like perched up on top. But it was just a weird pose. And I'm like, was this staged or was a pap actually following them, hiding in the dim bushes, going snap, 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 snap?
Jesus, man. Like, you would have to call the paps and say, I'm going to this specific beach this day. Come and take a photo of me. I'm going to lie on top of my girl. Perfect. Get that one so people think that we're still together. Anyway, that's an interesting one. And then we also have Jade and Ridge. You know what I'm saying? That's another one too. That's kind of weeding me out at the moment. You know, she was a little bit explosive too at the last dinner party.
I don't blame her.
I don't blame her.
It was kind of giving Samantha and Elle from my season.
Legit. Where she was just sick of his shit.
Yeah.
Legit, like I almost feel like she has to baby him.
Yeah.
You
I
know
mean,
what I
she's
mean?
already got a baby, so it's kind of like, do you want to? But when she cried, because I feel like after doing MAFS, I realized through my therapy that I've got a deep abandonment wound. And I feel like Jade has got the same thing.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
she's
yes.
been like betrayed in the past. She's had every guy that's come into her life, you know, leave and blindside her. So I feel like she's got that deep wound and she's scared that Ridge might do the same thing.
Yeah.
So
I
when
wouldn't-
she was crying and expressing that, I was crying too.
Wow, man. Oh
But
my
I
God.
think that was the only time I felt like I could really connect to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm honestly really struggling to connect and relate to any of the members. This
I can,
year.
and I can understand that because I think, what she went through was very real. And I think, with Jade, man, it's a very interesting one because for you to go on a show after you've experienced so much trauma, like that's actually very traumatic. Like you're pregnant with someone's baby and then now they, cheating, you trying to, create a family for them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so you've gone through all of that and then now we're going on a show. To me, I thought that was very interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like you're genuinely wanting someone to commit. It's almost, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this, but it's almost unfair for that person that you're going to see because they might show a certain level of commitment and they might not be sure because it's only 3 months, but you've now put this crazy level of expectation. They've met your baby and everything else and it doesn't work. It's a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From a guy's point of view, it's a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? So I think for me, I'm just kind of seeing that as, it's just a little bit hard to have that expectation when you're coming onto MAFS, you know what I mean? Especially
You
when you want that level of
reckon?
commitment. I feel.
I honestly, I have so much respect for single mums.
Me too.
I'm pretty proud of her for putting herself out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I can understand from a guy's perspective how much pressure that would be because it's like she will always come with a +1. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's not like I just want you to be my partner / husband. I want you to be a father as well.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And it's like, like she's really only, I guess, basing it off what she sees 1-to-1 and what she sees as well when he's with public. Because, like, I don't feel like, the way that they received him, when they went to homestays was the best, like the mom was very concerned.
I know, and the dad.
And the dad, man, it was weird, man. But I can understand that.
I feel like maybe Ridge might be way more mature and down to earth behind closed doors,
Okay.
and he's better off one-on-one. I feel like he is definitely giving Elle. Like, we're both really close with Elle,
Yes.
and I'm sure we can both agree behind closed doors, he's completely different. I
Absolutely.
get the Sunday church Elle, wholesome. He's so mature for his age, but then for some reason he feels like he has to play this character in front of a big group.
Yeah,
We've all got those friends, right?
Absolutely. I guess
I
so.
feel like Ridge is like that. I think, Jade probably sees a much more mature side behind closed doors.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
in front of the group, he's always like, yeah,
Jeez. I'm like, man, what the? Shut the fuck up. That pissed me off, man. When she was like, stop. But she was pissed off, man.
that was so funny. But also, I also know the amount of alcohol that we all consume at the dinner parties. And Ridge is, I'm sure he's got some kind of Asian genetics. I'm not sure what background he is, but some of us have that Asian flush when we start
when you
drinking.
drink, yeah.
And he's got that.
Oh,
so
my,
I
so
can
he
tell
was
when
pissed.
he's really drunk. Yeah, he was sitting there like, yeah.
Boy, she's like, stop doing that, boy. You cracked me up, man.
That was so funny.
And then he proceeded to say one of the most mature things that he said so far on the show. Like,
Yeah.
he was there for it. It was nice. So
Yeah.
I'm actually very excited to see how they go on Final Vows.
Well, apparently they were going to house inspections together.
God damn.
So that's a big deal.
Hey, man, they said forever, too. Forever's a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
So, hey, man. And then, talking about forever, forever,
Forever.
there's LOVE in forever.
I know.
Eden and Jaden, man.
Yeah.
That was a shock to me.
Do you reckon?
It was a shock, but then again, I'm also very much in this mindset of I feel like Jaden is just playing the goddamn field and he's just kind of saying things to get the spotlight. Because I don't know if you saw just before, right? They were like, okay, fine, wrap it up, on to the next. I don't know, I don't know if there's anyone out there that was listening. Jaden was trying to hurry it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he had something to say. And
Really?
yeah, man, he said that. And when he went up to Jaden, how do you feel about Aiden? I love you. Stole the show. I was like, my man, you've been trying to get the limelight for a little while. That was one way to do it.
Do you reckon?
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you.
I guess the L word always, holds a different weight for every single person.
I guess
but
so.
when is it an appropriate time to say that to your partner?
I genuinely do feel I would rather do that in a more intimate setting, me and her, because it's not about anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And obviously it's a TV show. They want that. You know what I mean? So they want that stuff. So, but I would have still rather, I feel like it would be more genuine if he had done that, behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And then just, I actually told her that I loved her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was like it was just a big reveal.
A bit theatrical,
It
do
was
you
very
reckon?
theatrical, yes.
I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest.
When is the right time for you? What do you think?
Okay, well, my man and I have been dating for 9-10 months now,
Yes.
and he still hasn't said it.
Right.
So I'm kind of like, when is it the right time?
Are you waiting for him?
Well, I told him when we first started dating, like, I will never be the first to say I love you, even though I feel it. And I'm like, is it today that you're going to tell me?
Wow. How come you feel like that? How come you wouldn't want to tell him first?
Because can you imagine if they're like, why thank you? The ultimate rejection.
Yeah, I guess
Imagine
that's
if
kind
they
of
were
awkward.
saying
That's kind of
that.
fucked
That's
up.
so
Yeah.
embarrassing.
No, I feel that, but I guess maybe there is no right or wrong time. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Like maybe he probably said that in front of the crowd because he's scared of rejection, and he was like, "Fuck it, let me just say it in front of everybody." So
Then she would feel
and then she whispered it like in his ear, "I love you too."
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't feel from what I know about Mitch and their family, I don't think Jaden would be the type to say those mushy kind of words if they didn't
If it didn't
feel
mean
some
it,
type
okay,
of way.
now that's fair enough. And I'm just bringing over,
But I don't know.
yeah.
This is a good discussion.
Over speculation right here, man. You know what I mean? And like, no offense to these people, man. This is just something that I'm just like, you know what, though? I don't know. For me, because I do things differently, and I think this is why, reality TV, is the way that it is, especially in the way that it's received, is because people have got a certain expectation, on how they, I guess the way that we do things, we kind of expect everyone else to kind of see why we do this, the things that we do things, I guess.
Yep.
And we kind of expect other people to do that. Like, that's the norm to us.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like, so, I guess that's the way that I'm kind of seeing, Jaden and Eden's situation.
Yeah.
I'm
and
like,
you
oh,
never really will know someone's true intentions.
that's true.
Because
That's
we're all
true.
different.
But the pap photos say that they're still together.
Well, there's a pap shot of Eden and Ella catching up this week.
Okay.
So I'm sure they would be gossiping about the boys and the brothers and
Probably.
the whole dynamic.
Yeah. Ella's been in the same situation, dated the brother,
Yeah.
and, it's only right.
The boys, I would say, though, from what I've seen, are so different. Like Jaden and Mitch.
How so?
I feel like Jaden's a lot more open.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we did see, he does ramble a lot when he thinks he's in the right. And he does, I feel, get quite defensive in those situations.
Yeah, for sure.
And you could see Eden, shutting down and just being like, yep, just to avoid the confrontation. And I'm guilty of doing that sometimes, with certain situations and the people in my past, because I hate confrontation.
Right.
And big personalities like Jaden is like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I
and it
feel
can
like
be
he's only
intimidating.
doing that because he genuinely
He
cares.
genuinely cares.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
Whereas I felt like Mitch didn't give us that.
That's true. And Jaden, I guess, like, he listens to respond. He doesn't listen to understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
But I guess that all comes
Interesting.
down to maturity and life experience. And
yeah.
it'll be
I guess so.
interesting to see if they last.
Most
I
definitely,
hope so.
man.
I feel like they're really cute together.
Yeah, I think so too. You know who really looked very, very cute together was Tim and Sarah at the very start. And, things just started to look pear-shaped for me.
Yeah.
And now where they are right now is very, very interesting. It's good that we're ending up on these two because I actually wanted to cover a few things.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Well-
let's go.
Okay, this is the thing for me. last night when they were having those questions, sorry, I watched the episode last night anyway. When they're having those questions, that were coming from the experts, Tim, do you trust Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
He actually said something that was pretty cool. He was like, trust is a little bit, it's tough for me to say that I fully trust her, basically, paraphrasing. And it was probably like the first time that I've seen him voice out, the way that he really feels. You know what I'm saying? Because he's very intimidated of Sarah.
Yeah.
I can tell he's still intimidated of her. And with his past as well too, apparently, like his girl cheated on his ex, like with her ex as well. It's giving a lot of trauma, but it's also giving, the universe will continuously give you things that you haven't gotten over to learn the lesson until you learn them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So what I'm getting from this situation is, we've already been here before, bro.
Yeah.
We got to circle differently. That's just what I'm getting, and I will probably make the same mistake twice, but I can't make it the third time. You know what I mean? Unless if it's something that really, really burns me like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't go through that amount of heartbreak again.
Yeah. Well, not in regards to betrayal anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I guess, well, look, what do you think about this situation?
See, it's really hard for me to comment on their relationship because Tim has already gone out to the public and to the media and shown that he's with someone else now. So for me personally, I haven't been as invested in their story because you've gone and basically ruined it.
What? I didn't know about this.
Yeah, Tim is now dating an architect named Barbara. And, in their pap shots, they seemed very happy. That got leaked like ages ago. So since then, I was just kind of like, well, I know they're not going to work out now.
Oh, my God.
She is stunning. We're just
This
pulling up a photo of her now. And
that's crazy.
They're hand in hand. They're all over each other.
Oh, my God. Because you know what's so crazy? I now remember this photo, but like, obviously, like MAFS wasn't at this point yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy. This is good. Because if I'm being honest with you, if I was Tim's friend, you know that friend? His best man?
The one that gave the worst
best man speech
ever.
But honestly, though, he has got an eye for bullshit as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might be crazy, but he's got an eye for bullshit. I just genuinely feel, man, that, Sarah and Tim could not coexist.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. They are very different. And Sarah isn't over her ex. And she just be trifling. And she'll make you feel bad that you caught her. And, the whole situation was just a fucking mess, man.
It was crazy. But
that's
mess. Me. I can't really say too much. Like, the moment that article leaked, I was just like, well, what's the point in watching it? And that's what annoys me about this whole thing, because our contract is quite full on with MAFS. You can't go out and like leak, storylines and say who you're with or if you're with someone new or whatever. Like, it's a show and that's what you signed up for. So why not let it play out?
Absolutely.
And then when you guys break up on screen, then you can show off your new partner.
That's
I think,
true.
If you wanted
That's true. Yeah.
But you got to be respectful for the people that are following your journey.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a cult following with MAFS.
Yeah.
And you've just gone and leaked your new girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, that's not fair on Sarah either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's just me. That's just me.
Nah. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe it's just I just feel a certain way about Sarah. Like like when we do have her on the show, sister, I'm very, very sorry, but and that just left a very distasteful feeling in
your mouth.
But I would never ever go ahead like leaving crazy ass comments, like underneath posts or anything like that. Burn her.
Literally.
Fuck that.
Shame.
Nah.
Shame.
So. I guess, everybody's got some skeletons, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's got some skeletons and, I guess that was just hers that we saw, on live TV. But what do we do? You know what I mean? We just got to take it as it is. It's a show.
Yep.
Fuck it. They're married.
I just can't trust that. I feel like that whole, I don't know, their whole dynamic's really weird.
What do you mean?
I feel like from what we've seen from Tim's best man, if Tim is exactly how he is portrayed on TV, why would he be hanging out with someone like that? Because I feel like, what's the saying? Birds of
a feather flock together.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
So I just can't.
I was asking the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like it would be weird. I don't know.
No, you're right. To close up too, it was very sad to see Lucinda and Timothy go.
I know.
They had such an amazing story that was brewing. And I felt like we started to see a side of Timothy that we were waiting to see. And that was when I was like, you know what? The experts knew exactly what Timothy needed.
Yeah, they were always one of my favorite couples, but can I even call them a couple? Not really.
Yeah.
I feel like they were two really good main characters in
Two
a show.
good friends.
Yeah. And that broke me watching their homestays.
Oh, my
How he left.
Yeah,
He said he was going out with a mate for an hour. He didn't even
Came back
come
at 1
back,
a.m.
and she was laying in the
I know,
bed
man.
with the animals.
Came back at 1 a.m. in the morning. Who knows what was going on at that time?
Yeah.
That to me was, man, hey, hold up, man. Now let's go back. The moment they walked into Tim's house, boy, Timothy, what the fuck? That house, boy, there are dogs that are living better than that, bro. The house, and not to mention the goddamn chicken wing that he fed the puppy, raw chicken on the carpet, bro. Oh my God,
I
man.
saw Tim had a 20-year-old babysit his house sit for him. And, he was quite annoyed that when the crew and himself and Lucinda arrived back home, that the house was left in that state.
Oh, so we're going to... Okay, so I guess we're going to have to blame the 20-year-old house sitter, man.
Apparently. I don't know what was worse, Cody's house or Timothy. I think definitely Cody's. Cody
was worse.
had like one chair in the corner,
Christ,
barely any furniture. There was like old McDonald's in the
Lord
fridge.
have
There was no
mercy.
food. There was no aircon. There was
My
a
God.
mattress. Oh my God, and the watermelon photo. I forgot about that.
Watermelon photo.
So his housemate got a massive photo of us in our brides and groom dresses, and Cody's got the watermelon in his mouth, and I've got the remaining of the watermelon in between my legs.
Oh my God.
And that's what I came home to.
Oh my goodness,
So,
man.
Would you say that's worse or the chicken wings
Nah,
and the
man.
dogs?
Like Timothy's whole house just looked raggedy, man. Like I wouldn't. You would walk out there, man. You catch something, boy. You walk out with COVID or
it's so
something.
funny because my boyfriend's mum is a massive MAFS fan, and we were texting each other because certain elements of his house looked like my boyfriend's house.
Oh.
And as we all know, like my partner loves animals, and he's got a dog and a cat. And his mum, he's gonna kill me for saying this.
Why?
He feeds the animals. So he's got floorboards, but he's
Yeah.
got this big giant rug in the middle of the carpet. And instead of putting the chicken, the bone, on the floorboard, he will just throw it on the rug. And the
That's
dog's
giving
like,
Timothy. That's giving Timothy.
it was
for
giving
real.
Timothy. And that's what we were saying. It was so funny.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Tim's house, man. Anyway, it was sad to see them go. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm actually so happy that we've seen someone that's gone. I've given it a fair go. And I've reached my limits. I've got standards. I've got values, and
Yes.
this isn't what I came for.
Exactly.
We needed to be able to see that because I think we see so many, I guess toxic. I guess people that come on or like, just toxic behavior
Yes.
that makes other people feel like they're normal.
Yep.
But I think we needed to see that from Lucinda because that's, how everyone is just meant to be. When you see
Yep.
toxic, when you see, you not getting treated the way you're meant to be treated, you need to say enough is enough. Let's go.
Yep.
You know what
I
I'm
know
saying?
my worth,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm worth more than this, which is what she did, which was good to see. Because I feel like a lot of the couples seem to push through all those red flags.
Absolutely.
Just to make it to the end, just for the sake of staying on the experiment.
And, I guess it was also really nice to see them, like in the end there, like they were very civil, like they just seemed like, they weren't compatible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it looks like they're okay now, like they talk very highly of each other.
I know they do.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
caught up with, I saw Tani at an event the other day, and she went to Melbourne Fashion Week, and she said that she saw Tim and Lucinda.
Wow.
And she was like, I don't know if they're still, are they together? Like, it looked like they were really friendly. So I'm like, it's good that they've still remained really good friends.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, man, we are just about to get into final vows. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited. I've got a few predictions
Do you?
that we will talk about, in the next episode. But
I'm more excited about the reunion, to be honest.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Me too.
Because I'm going to be so honest, there's not one couple that I'm really rooting for this year.
Okay. Well, I mean, like,
which ones out of the 5 couples that are left that are going to final vows that you're just so,
to be honest, though, like, no one. Well, I would say Jaden Ridge. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I would say, well, I mean, like, they're the only ones that I, can kind of say that I've got hope in, to be honest.
I feel like because they weren't an OG couple for me, I'm not maybe as invested.
Okay. No, that's fair enough. That's very fair. Well, look, listen, man, we're going to do a little bit more research, see what's up. Final Vows is coming. And, we'll definitely talk about it next time, right?
No, so much to debrief on. I'm so excited.
I know. Thanks so much for listening, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Reality.